Yeah, I didn't like kale either. Let me show you how my wife changed that. So now I'm gonna have my lovely wife show you how she got me to eat kale finally.
So making a kale salad is really pretty easy. So we start with a big bunch of kale that we get at the store or at the local farmer's market. And you're gonna just start with how much you think you're gonna use for that night or day. And I pull it apart, and you basically just want to rinse these first. Just rinse them really quick. And I just shake them off. Kind of get as much water off as you can. So I basically just lay one of these things flat, and you want to get rid of the long rib in the middle because it's kind of coarse and you don't really want to eat that. So I basically just cut down each side and cut off that long, harder piece. And just keep any of the green leafy parts because that's the delicious part. And what I do, because you want to have bite-sized pieces, I often just take this and kind of roll it all together and take my knife and cut it into smaller bite-sized pieces. You can just shred it with your hands if you want to. So I have my pile of kale, and you just kind of want to do a quick look to make sure that you don't have any huge pieces that you want to cut up. So I think we've got a good pile of kale going. So the next step, I just take a bowl, and not the bowl you're going to serve it in, but I throw it into a bowl that we're going to actually massage the kale to kind of get it into a better state for you to eat it and enjoy. After we've massaged the kale with some olive oil and some salt, it turns into a really pretty green and is much more palatable. Okay, so now we've got the kale in a bowl, and I just take some olive oil and drizzle it on top, and I don't really measure it out. I kind of just eyeball it, what I think might be needed. And then I take some salt and put that on top, and we're basically just going to massage it. I try to do it for about 3 minutes just to kind of break down some of the fiber. As you're doing it, you're going to see the kale turn into more of a green color, like I mentioned, really pretty color, and the longer you do it, the more palatable it'll be and more enjoyable. So that's it. Just put a timer on and go forth and massage away. Okay, so it's been about 3 minutes, and as you can see, the kale is a much brighter green color and it's reduced in size that we had previously started with. So now we're going to put it into a nice looking bowl for the table. Just dump it in there. The next thing we're going to do is add balsamic vinegar that you want to have on your kale. My suggestion would be to go with decent balsamic vinegar that's going to really add good flavor. And I always eyeball it. So you want to toss the kale so every piece kind of gets covered. I'm going to just do a quick little taste. Tastes good. Okay, so basically we're at the end where we're just throwing together the rest of the bits that are going in the salad. So it's pretty simple. We're going to add some nuts, like a nut mixture and cranberries to the salad. Get this at Costco. Adds a little bit of crunch and some nutrients. And then the vinaigrette we're using is kind of got a sweet flavor to it. So with this one, since it's summertime, we're going to add fresh peaches. I've already cut them up, so we're just going to add those in there. And then we also really enjoy a little bit of goat cheese, so I'm going to add that too. And this kind of adds like a creaminess to the salad, so you can add as much as you want. Okay. Sometimes it's a little hard to mix this in. It kind of gets clumpy, but it's always delicious when you get those big pieces. So like I said, they kind of clump together, but you just kind of mix them in, or you just go with it and leave them as they are. So here you have it, the kale salad, and this is how I got my husband to eat kale.
That is delicious. Good job.